But but I think this is a really important thing that you've identified about how they, they're questioning the existence of objective reality straight
Mhm.
up. And to your commenter's point, um, there are people who want that view perpetuated, that if we really wanted to break it down to its component parts and then prioritize the goals of like how they want to change people's perception and in order in terms of those component parts, that would probably be number one.
Mhm.
Number one would be no more ability to recognize truth from fiction, no more ability to conceptualize,
Yeah.
and to and to form your own conclusions because you have no ability to think analytically, and you just can't do it. And we are seeing that in our children. They just
Oh, yeah.
blank stare at you.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
can you just give me the answer? Well, I'm just going to go look it up.
Yeah, which is why I said that you shouldn't go look up the first law of thermodynamics. You should tell me it on the fly. But anyway, um, this is actually pretty telling of a comment too. Like in all three cases, teachers name ways that they do see a fit between energy or physics instruction and equity in integrating popular knowledge about energy with equity or in changing the curriculum to highlight the contributions of marginalized groups. They also express dissatisfaction, feeling that there should be a way to integrate equity and school knowledge about equity. So, why should there be a way?
Exactly. Exactly. And this is exactly what I want people to start doing. When you see, you're probably not gonna go out and read research papers all that often, maybe your audience will, but if there are any parents watching, I hope that there will be, when schools say we should do X or there should be Y, your first question absolutely must be according to whom and then why. You need to know the according to whom,
Oh,
because
yeah.
the according to whom is the hint at why. And then if you get that answer before or fail to get that answer before you allow them to give the why, they can't fool you on the why,
Yeah.
right? Because it does matter. Who's saying that makes all the difference. That no matter what BS they fling at you as their answer to the question why, you're going to be like, "Really? I already understand what some of the incentives are."
Right. And my old advisor said to me something that I think is very profound, and I've modified it since to add one thing. In that, he said to me, if somebody can't explain it to you, they don't necessarily know anything about it. They don't know what they're doing.
That's right.
I
That's
also
right.
modified it to say is like if someone's not able to explain it to you, it could also be the other thing of they don't necessarily want you to understand that. It's for
Right.
whatever reason may not want you to understand that. So this is the other thing, and you're asking of why and who and all this other kind of thing. Beware of getting gobbledygook word salad thrown back at you, and ask for the very specific thing and continue to ask for the very specific thing because academics
Mhm.
love to talk in lots of words, as you can kind of tell from this whole
Well,
thing.
isn't that like Feynman's razor or one of those rules that you just gave
Um,
about if you can't
yeah,
is it
I think
him?
it's Feynman's razor, but
Yeah, if you can't
there's
explain
also
it to a 5-year-old, like, you don't
yeah.
really understand it.
I mean, the other
So
one
when
is
they tell you,
yeah.
they give you gobbledygook, if you don't understand it, mm-mm,
Yeah.
you're not 5.
The other one is Occam's razor that I think of, never attribute to malice that which can be explained by incompetence.
And that's why I'm saying that as much as and I'm sorry I don't remember your name off the top of my head and I can't see all the comments. As much as what your commenter said is true, that this does prevent us from knowing from finding out truth and searching for truth, knowing truth, all that. The vast majority of teacher candidates and new teachers coming in and even teachers who are under a certain age, um, there's no malice there. They're grossly incompetent. They genuinely don't know that there are questions to be asked or that this isn't true. So they don't even know that the pursuit of truth is the point of education.
Mhm.
They think
Or science
liberation
too.
is
Yeah,
the point of education. I
right.
can't stress that enough. When people come to me and say, "Why? Why is this happening? Why is this happening to our schools?" Well, it's happening because you think schools are for A and they think schools are for B. And until you understand that fundamental fact that you're working on a completely different project, what you call education is not anything at all similar to what they're calling education. And you got to get that through your heads, parents. And even some teachers, there are teachers within the system going, "What's going on?" And like, you're engaged in something
And
or
I
hope
also
to be
say
engaged in
this
something they don't
goes
want to.
also for the STEM professors who are now I've lost track of the number of times I've heard I'm having to teach remedial science. I'm having to teach remedial math. I'm having to teach all these different things. Well, that's because that's not the focus, it seems, of K through 12
Not it
education
seems,
right now.
it is now declared.
Did you like that video? Are you curious about the rest of the video? Because that clip came from an episode of SciChat Saturday, and the full episode is linked in the description. As always, stay curious.